You're running a shop floor, not a Pinterest interest board or a fantasy football league. You don't need inspiration, you need things to work. So welcome to Build Your Way, a podcast from Cetec ERP. This is a show for manufacturers who are in it every day, from quoting and shipping jobs to troubleshooting quality and material shortages, all while staying a step ahead of what's next. We bring you stories from the field, lessons that stick, and strategies that actually scale to help you build better. Let's get to work.
Welcome back to the Build Your Way podcast here at Cetec ERP. I'm Taylor Wagon.
I am Scott Ryan.
And today we have a guest.
Special.
By the name of Jordan Jolly. Jordan, you want to say hi to the cameras?
Hello. I have this bowl of truth or dares. So I'm going to, and they're unequally yoked in size. So, I'm going to pull a question and ask.
I'm ready. Let's go.
One piece of advice you ignore on purpose.
Ooh, is that in personal or business life? That's good.
I think just in general. Okay. It's open to interpretation.
Don't drink too much. No, that's a joke. That's a joke.
That sounds like a good answer.
I mean, no offense. Yeah. You clearly ignored the advice to floss. You are on
Is that
record.
Advice? Who's
you
actually
are on
advising
record
that?
as being anti-floss.
9 out of 10 dentists recommend.
Yeah, I thought it was 9.5 out of 10. I mean, it's really a lot of them.
Which half?
Nobody knows.
Huh. Last time I went to the dentist said, and I don't know, maybe they were trying to like curry favor and get me to come back.
Were you in Tijuana?
I wasn't in Tijuana. I was in, close, Southwest Austin. They said, wow, for a dad of 4, your teeth look pretty good.
I've never had the dentist compliment anything about my...
I think what happened is, they could tell I didn't floss, and maybe they were just trying to, grease the skids a little bit and get me to come back. I think I don't floss because I don't want to spend money on floss. You know,
I'll send you my leftover floss.
Ooh, yikes!
I think the dentists have started to have dentist conventions where they start to train each other on how to not guilt or shame.
Those are not the dentists I'm going to.
Yeah, the one I went to was there
have been a couple that I'm like, you're navigating this very tactfully.
That is, again,
because I know
I might contribute to my dental team's participation in any tact increase.
Flossing is a conspiracy theory.
Okay. Okay, next question. What's a piece of best practice advice you actually disagree with?
Ooh.
I thought that was good.
So generic.
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
Throw some out at me.
Okay, here's one. As part of an ERP migration, you need to have a detail level schedule and Gantt chart for all the tasks.
Yeah, no. But is that a best practice?
Oh, heck yeah.
What's a general best practice?
Well, think you're on an implementation planning discussion, or you're dealing with consultant with letters after their name, and
okay, if I can abstract from that, maybe one level up.
Yeah.
The reason why the question is difficult, I think, is because a best practice is a best practice for a reason. There's things that are implied behind a best practice. What we get is obvious ROI. So people saying I want it to be obvious that AI is now running my company, and I'm barcode scanning, and we are, we're a different company, and we've got a finite Gantt chart scheduling thing, and everything's just automated. I don't know if that's a best practice, but it's an impression people get. We are. This is what we're buying.
What are you proposing instead of this?
Parity between your previous business processes, meaning you are not taking a step backward from your previous level of efficiency and what you were doing. And but what you have done is you've swapped out the complete underbelly of all the software infrastructure running your business from a legacy platform to a scalable, modern database, right? That alone, doing that without having, completely disrupted or destroyed operational stability of your company, that alone is the marker of like, hey, you did this elegantly, you did this smoothly, like this worked. And then you move into continuous improvement, right? All right.
So
that was long-winded.
Yeah, I'll take a stab at consolidating. You can tell me if I got it right or not. Yeah. What you're saying is, instead of looking for the big ROI, bumpity bump at day one go live, you should say, if you make the switch at parity and then are able to build into the ROI over the next 6 to 16 months, you win.
Yep.
Okay. So maybe what you're saying is, hey, don't focus on transformation initially, focus on stability initially.
Yeah. Transformation is something you're already doing. You literally are migrating from, I don't know, DOS or some, I don't know, Progress SQL or something in the 9 to a modern system. So focus on stability. And furthermore, and this is why I chose ROI as a best practice. People talk about ROI. That's how are you going to measure that? You might have a couple things.
The ruler.
The ruler. I think I went for buzzword over best practice. Maybe I just kind of retort. I generally believe in and trust in best practices. So it is pretty difficult to think of one that's most everybody agrees on this. So the definition of a best practice is something that most everybody agrees on, but I don't.
Right? Jordan is establishing that he agrees with best practices. Jordan, how do you feel about vaccines?
Well, I love vaccines.
What about flossing?
Fully vaccinated. Flossing's a bit too far. But I was vaccinated as a baby, and I got all the things of growing up, and all my kids do as well.
What about when it was your choice as an adult?
What do you mean?
To vaccinate or, let's imagine the year's 2020.
Imagine in a world.
They told me, I got signed up for this podcast, and I was like, what questions should I prepare for? They're like, don't worry about it. So that's good. I don't know.
There's a number of best practices that I think you'd be like, well, I'm not.
Are you also anti-fluoride in your...
I'm not anti-vax. I want to go on the record. I'm not an...
You're not anti-vax, but you're not vaxxed.
With what? I've got plenty of stuff flowing through my blood. I'm all souped up.
What would make you turn a company away from Cetec?
Ooh.
Yeah, good question.
Because there was a company recently that somebody internally at Cetec was like, they should...
Were they uncool?
No, I think they were not uncool. I just think they said they were probably not we're not the right fit for them. And... I appreciate this about you.
Yeah, no, I've got a laundry list of qualifiers.
Great.
Anybody doing retail?
Retail.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get past the
heavy services. That's easy. Okay.
One I always look for is if they have a heavy dispatch component.
Yeah, field service dispatch. Yeah, field service we can do to an extent. But routing
if you're an HVAC company.
If you are a very small 1 to 2 person, 5 person services job type company, and if you are not anticipating that changing, I would, and they come to us saying we want to get software and stuff. I would question why? Are you expecting to grow a lot?
Why not in that case? QuickBooks and 3 Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah. And I think there is this, I've talked to my brother-in-law about this, where there's this sense of I know I could be doing things better, right? I could be tracking my inventory better, I could be, whatever. But what I think they don't realize is you need to have a pretty good reason to go to an ERP system. You need to be scaling and growth quite a bit. The problems have to be significant. And if you're staying at a 4-employee services job type company and you're not expecting to grow, I wouldn't bite off that bullet necessarily.
That's fair. I would actually like to hit a notable call out that sales team plus marketing plus support and consulting, which you are in charge of all inbound initial qualification, you actually end up having to make sure companies succeed. But across that entire tree, pretty much everybody will shut people down if they're uncool. If you're completely going to be terrible to work with, we really don't want you as a customer, because we're going to have to deal with you for a long time, and you're going to yell and curse at our support people, and it's like it's not worth it. And watching people do that.
All right. So you started sales, marketing-ish, weird blend, ambiguous, amphibious role. Now, director of implementation and support. What's one thing you wish people understood about your role? I'm hoping that this appeals to your Enneagram 4-ness.
Would you say you're 4?
No, you can't put me in a box. Which apparently that
defines you as a 4. Yeah.
Since to being pigeonholed is like that's what 4s do. So what are you as well? What are you?
4.
We're the same.
Wing 5.
Oh, I'm wing 3. So
good grief.
Well, I actually oscillate between wing 5 and wing 3.
Can you do that?
Can't put me in a box.
I think you only have one wing.
I have 2 wings, so I can fly.
I identify as a 1.
Yeah, that tracks. Sheesh. I mean, that's great for you. I'm glad that you are. Wait, what was the question? What's my Enneagram?
What's one thing you wish people understood about your role?
It's just customer service. That's all it is. It's customer service.
Agree to disagree.
It gets technical.
You're telling people what to do all the time.
Not to serve it.
Granted. But, okay, so if I can attempt to understand what you're saying instead of just criticizing it, and I apologize for my tone and my comments.
We're refined.
Thanks for your relentless positivity.
You bet.
Much of what you end up doing is holing away in a strange corner and writing novel-sized emails to people.
Oh, you brought that up now.
Right?
Novella.
Thank you. Yeah.
Again, I'm not sure about novella, but there is an aspect or a motivator of customer service to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It turns out the questions they ask are complicated.
And you're often not dictatorial, but prescriptive.
Yeah, that is our job. Like and people.
A lot of that is your job.
Yeah.
Right, you're the one answering questions, and it's like, well, how should I do this? Or I'm struggling with this, and you're like, well, you shouldn't be doing that. Here's what you should be doing instead on a broader level, and that just says you're probably not doing this over here, which you should be doing, and that means, like, here's how the system is designed, here's what the actual practice is, and then they start scrolling through your email and like, oh my gosh, what is this guy doing?
You're a dentist trying to get people to floss.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, full circle. That's true. Here's why it'll benefit you. You should.
It's customer service at teeth.
Yeah. The reason why I say the question was, what do I wish people knew? I think people assume like, oh, you're just telling people what to do all the time, and it really is like I do the same thing that our support team does. We help customers solve difficult problems.
Do you feel like you by nature are the kind of person that tells people what to do?
No. And don't ask me that again. Okay. Sorry.
That also opens up a whole other, I guess, line of questioning that I have around like you're just referencing your job as it relates to customers.
Yeah.
But another big piece of your job is like training our support team and like trying to enable them to not always just tell customers what to do. Sometimes, but
systems are difficult. Like it took me a long time to learn how everything works. And so a lot of my job is trying to help train up people like, hey, this is, these are how the mechanics of how businesses run and how ERP systems, model their processes and so on. And also just, how to talk to customers, how to perform customer service well. That's another deal. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Do you feel like in a go live on-site situation, of the three of us, who is most likely to tell somebody how they have to do something as part of a go live project?
I actually think that, with Scott, that's interesting. It might be me.
I think it's you. I'm remarkably accommodating.
Yeah.
Allowing people to do something that I think is not the way they should do it, but maybe there's soft factors that mean that's the way they need to do it.
Yeah.
I think you're much more likely to actually have a hardline opinion.
You end up doing enough of these things, and you see like the consequences of these decisions that people make during a project. You are quick to say like, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Here are your options. Now you choose one. And I will kind of short circuit the whole thing and just say, just do this.
That's not going to work. You got to do this.
Just do this. Which is in my mind, that's a customer service just efficiency play. Like, you may not understand this, just trust me, just do this. Yeah.
Which path do you think is more effective?
Mine.
I'm willing to let people be wrong. I will usually, maybe always, maybe obsessively tell people my opinions. As you know, see the dinner at the steakhouse and they say, "How was your meal?" Oof. And I'm quite apt to say, "Fine," instead of amazing or great, or actually parts of this were really not very good.
That's uncomfortable.
And I feel like a deep obligation to say I have to say the honest thing, or I feel like I've lied to myself and God, and like now I'm accountable for my dinner, or somehow like I have this like moral sense I have to say the true thing.
I just be polite. That's all.
But in the same way, like if they're in there and be like, well, we just want to keep whatever part number system we have, it's like, well, okay, here are the problems you're gonna have. Here's why I wouldn't do that. But I also understand, like, you got culture, you have existing data, you have practices, like, do what you will. Just know what you're getting into.
That's valid.
And then make your decision. And, like, that's fine. I'll do my best to help you through it.
At the end of the day, you can't control people.
The problem is you have that conversation with one person at a small company, and they never write it down, and they know the consequences, they make the decision, and then 5 years later, that person leaves, and then they blame Cetec for the like.
From then on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, no, that's not what happened.
That's very real.
Yeah.
That's very real. Or even you have the conversation with the owner, and then 3 years later, you're driving from San Diego to a trade show in Long Beach, and you spend the entire drive talking to them about like, so I remember you told me that we shouldn't do this, and we didn't do it, and here we are. And we got to switch. We got to do what you said.
This is a hypothetical situation.
It's completely hypothetical. Yeah. And you're like, well, you're pretty far in, man. I don't like if we're gonna back that out. That's gonna be a bit of work. And then you spend the next 2 hours talking through what they could possibly do to get out of this situation.
Is it hypothetical? Are you okay?
Good.
Yeah. Versus the flip side, when you tell them what to do and you miss something, or there was assumption and you know what assuming does. Wow. And now you're on the hook to try to bail them out of your strong recommendation. Yeah. I firmly am in the camp of like I believe in letting people make their own mistakes. So like I give them as much information as I can,
and then support whatever decision they make.
Yeah. Yeah, as much as I can. It's not like I think that philosophy is held through Young Life and
It's valid. It's a valid deal.
Scott,
I'm on the hot seat.
What keeps you up at night?
You.
I feel like you got an easy answer for this one.
A baby.
Oh, there we go.
It is. The only 2 times in my life that I can think about where I've actually struggled, well, the 3 times in my life where I can think about I've struggled to sleep. I've drank too much.
Okay.
I'm at 10,000 feet of elevation.
Oh, gosh.
I have a 2-month-old.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And even honestly, by all things considered, she's actually doing really well. It's
Really?
It's the one night a week where she doesn't, that's like, you're up for 2 hours and
It's worse. There's something about like being up at like 2:30 a.m. for an hour with like an infant that is worse than the like weird sleep you get at 10,000 feet.
yeah. So she doesn't usually stay up. It's like wake up, feed, go back to sleep.
Okay.
Which
Acceptable.
what am I gonna feed with? But I think what adds to that is like you're constantly on. There is no like, oh, I'm gonna go home and exhale, or like I'm gonna wake up and like, no, I have like,
It's parenting life.
yeah, like I think the sleep is one thing, and it is you're up a couple times a night and like everything is disrupted and baby won't stop crying and you don't know what else to do. That like
The feeling of like
The emotions
not
are-
knowing what to do is
Yeah.
so difficult.
yeah, but then just the constant like if I slip and the time I wake up in the morning, then like there's just like yes, yeah. That I think that's the like.
Yeah.
That's the I think that's the shift from no kids to a kid that's really difficult.
Yeah.
Is constant vigilance. You're always
Constant vigilance.
you're always like
Always on.
Okay. So the question is, what keeps you up at night? Before you go, Scott has answered. It is his infant child. What keeps me up at night, honestly, is like my brain at 3:30 in the morning.
yeah, I believe that.
At least once, defective brain. At least once a week, I wake up at 3:30 and will just lie there in this weird state for like 2 hours thinking about random things. Most recently, I spent a good hour in the middle of the night thinking about what kind of things I want for our next Cetec ERP team building exercise, which is Cetec ERP Fashion Week, and what kind of gimmicks we're going to be involved.
I was wondering when you come up with this stuff.
It's like between 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning on like one night a week. Something like deep hits me.
That's when you're in your flow. That's a flow thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Flow state.
what I want is to be asleep, and instead I'm just in like, I need to use AI to do blank, and then I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this, and like, man, really, I wonder what would have happened if we had changed commanders at the Battle of Lady Gulf, and how significantly that would have been different for like I'm like in some weird mind thing, and I can't get out of it. And then, like, you wake up and you're just, like, cooked.
I'm glad I'm not you. That sounds horrible.
Well, I'm not saying it's fun or pleasant. And I'm not saying these are deep thoughts or good thoughts. But
They are
you
thoughts.
wonder, like, what happens? Why are Cetec ERP social events, like, such a fever dream? It's...
Literally.
I mean, it's like, you're on it at that point.
That's good.
That's what we're doing.
It takes a good amount of stress for something to penetrate my dreams.
Really? Well, apparently it doesn't take much for me.
Yeah.
Gentle soul.
All right, Jordan, you. Do you wake up at night at all?
Not really.
I always say, I'm not sure I see you. I have traveled and shared beds and, like, bedrooms and hotel rooms across so many trade shows we do on the cheap over the years. Oh my gosh, that like you do not seem to have any sleeping issues.
Squeaky clean conscience. That's the trick.
You are a remarkable sleeper.
One thing that does keep me up. So here's the deal. I stay up too late.
That is also true.
Jordan is known for
Yes.
Jordan is known at Cetec for a flurry of
novel-size emails.
Double, triple size novella emails and chats.
If my emails were shorter,
Sent at 1:30 a.m.
Yes. If my emails were shorter, you still wouldn't read them.
I don't read them. I don't.
And my great delight is...
Sadly, I do read them. I'm just a very quick reader. So.
Well, I look at it, and then I see an email from Taylor Wagon that's like 5 words.
Gemini, summarize this message.
To basically the business version of The Hobbit.
I put in a lot of work in that email. The thing that keeps me staying up too late, is thinking about why aren't we selling more? Why do we not have more customers? Why are we still junior level ERP?
It is a long, slow path.
Yeah. I think it has to do with me sucking. But I'm projecting. Maybe. But anyways, that keeps you up at night. I think that might keep you up at night as well.
Occasionally.
Failure keeps me up at night.
I'm so accustomed to it that...
That's my wing 3. That's my 4-wing 3.
What's one habit in your routine that's non-negotiable?
I thought this was funny, asking Jordan.
That's precious. Scott and I share the opinion that Jordan has 0 habits in his routine, period.
That's why these questions are difficult for me. I don't really have one.
Do you remember that time when you started reading Atomic Habits?
Yeah.
You were like really into building like habit stacking. You kept talking about habit stacking.
That was a good phase.
I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to like build it. I want to be more deliberate.
I'm going to brush my teeth, and then I'm going to floss. Habit stacking. No, I just moved out of that phase pretty quick.
It's like, I don't know.
Like, what do you like? Do you have a wake up time? Like, what time do you wake up every day? What do you do?
Like 6:30. The kids are. I'm reactive, so I don't have a routine. I just react.
Who wakes up first in your house? Like, when you wake up, what's happening in the house?
We're like, there's a chaotic mess of kids getting ready and lunches and dishes. And
Your wife is already awake. Do you wake up at the same time as your wife or not?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. That's the thing. There's no... I mean, I don't know. Did I stay up till 1:30 writing a long email to Taylor?
Yes.
If so, then probably I might sleep in a little bit.
The thing is that it's never one email. It's
a couple.
At least...
Because after you send it, then you reread it, and you think, I forgot this one extra point that was really good. I mentioned earlier that I didn't want to be you, but also it's pretty hard being me too. So we got that in common.
Difficult.
Good point.
What's the last book you read? You could have listened to it. That's okay.
Is listening reading?
Yeah. For the purpose of this question,
yes.
What story did I last know?
What book did you last quote unquote read?
The second installment of the Red Rising series.
And it was good?
I got in a fight with my wife about this last night because I said the writing quality is not amazing.
Subpar.
Podcast audience, Jordan's wife Kayla was a juvenile literature major?
Can you major in that? I wouldn't.
Didn't she?
Oh, no. I wouldn't besmirch my wife's education like that. She majored in English.
But what's the juvenile... there was a juvenile fiction thing, no?
That's just her... she loves the JFic.
No, I thought she had a focus on children's lit.
No.
Oh, I was thinking like juvenile literature. Is that like books written for kids in trouble?
That's excellent. No, she does love a good JFic / sci-fi fantasy.
I know she loves it. She's super... And so does my wife.
Which is why I read this Red Rising series. She was reading it. I thought that would be nice to be able to talk about the same.
And then it turned into a fight.
Well, I accidentally insulted the writing quality.
Did you win? Did you win the fight?
I don't win fights with my wife. That's not how that works. There is no winning. No, but I mean, you've got... So I'm also halfway through Return of the King by Lord of the... I never read it. I never read the series.
That's the C.S. Lewis book?
Yes, yeah, that's an English author, C.S. Lewis. That writing's really darn good. It's really good.
I do like it.
Where I got in trouble was, I think J.K. Rowling's a good writer. Like, I think that writing's pretty good. And that's also JFIC. I think this guy, Pierce Brown, the story's great. I obviously am reading it, and I like it. So, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
in this book, this is a science fiction book that I have not read, but I know it takes place in a world in which there is Earth, Mars, and the asteroids.
Yeah, and it's class warfare in space.
But it's class warfare.
Yeah.
Do they delve into production problems that would be associated with these things? Because I can, like, as a human, what's the quote I recently put in one of our internal docs? Amateurs talk tactics, professionals talk logistics.
Yeah. Yeah, by some general.
Yeah, this is like a
Dollar.
war
General
truism. The ability to outproduce the enemy in terms of what you are making and the amount of production. A book, maybe I'll do in a book review at some point, how the war was won in World War II on like industrial capacity. People know this about the Civil War, right? Why did the North defeat the South? And it's like, well, the industrial base of the North outproduced the South and meant that victory was inevitable, thus defeating slave-loving states and restoring the Union to its wonderful prosperity. Like whatever kind of version you learned. And
None of that, man.
all right, what role or department tends to cause the most friction in a company? Scott, go.
Purchasing. Or accounting. Purchasing most commonly. Accounting is most disruptive.
Oh yeah, accounting gets to play the well, you guys just don't understand card.
Purchasing feels both like the younger child, like you don't really care about me. Kind of like that's kind of the play.
Are you a younger child?
No, I'm an older child. I think purchasing most commonly. Accounting is most disruptive.
Friction, not necessarily a bad thing, right? Short term, maybe.
Depends on the context. Which did you mean?
Good friction. Like, is the question
I heard
inefficiency? Like, are we just needless inefficiency?
Yeah, or I heard it is like
Man, you guys are throwing some purchasing and accounting people under the bus here, and they're always dealing with the details.
I think needless inefficiency could be your VP level. We need to have more meetings. Blah blah blah.
yeah, it could.
The CEO who rolls in with
The external project manager who's been hired.
hasn't been involved at all. Whoever that
Usually it's the CEO.
Who in the room is distracting us most from our goal of this meeting? The people that will shut down progress.
everybody else is made, everybody else has got something, rolling in from nowhere and being like, you didn't think about
That one. That anybody with authority that's not involved. Like, what are we even trying to do?
Yeah.
that's for me is the single worst. If you have people who should have a stake in the game, I think accounting and purchasing are going to roll into the details that threaten to derail. And I've had a couple. I hate to say anything bad about accounting because they're that's my heart language.
It's not it's not totally fair. Like I acknowledge that because there's so many times where they are on AR, AP, they are dealing with the fallout of everybody else's. I understand it.
But I can never forget a project at a high-tech manufacturer in Central Texas where a new CFO showed up who used to be a consultant for a specific ERP and derailed their existing implementation and threw production under the bus.
Talk about friction.
Because all he wanted was a specific system and destroyed their production. Because production doesn't know what we need. This is what it's got to be. It was like, oh my gosh, you just threw like 140 people's efficiency under the bus.
That's a classic.
So that you had the format that you wanted from your previous job.
That's the classic debate with
so upset about
with
that.
business systems. It's like, well, we're going to get ops in the room and we're going to get accounting in the room, and they're going to select a system that's either really geared toward financials or really geared towards operations.
Which has been kind of the hypothesis of Cetec, right? Is that we're ops people
At core,
because
the
that's
greatest ROI in the company is made by making
that is the
production
hypothesis.
most efficiency. Like,
Now, that being said, our accounting stuff is looking really good recently.
oh man, I'm very excited about
It's pretty good.
the release.
There can be no ERP that is both good at manufacturing and accounting. It is not possible.
Correct. Well, we will test the hypothesis as much as we can. Thank you for listening to the Build Your Way podcast here at Cetec ERP. You can find us in all your usual spots on YouTube, on Spotify, or even on Instagram and Farmers Only.
hit the subscribe button or swipe right.
Whichever works for you. Thanks for listening. If you have any requests or topics you want us to discuss, hit us at podcast@ctecherp.com. Thank you. Until the next episode. Cheers.